Welcome to Littleton Common. I'm Bob Spinozzi.
And I'm Barbara McRae.
Thank you for joining us today.
Before we get started, Bob, I wanted to tell you that in the March 22nd Independent, there was a mistake with a picture, and it was of Nancy Levine, myself, and the president of Middlesex Bank. But the names under the picture were, Nancy's was okay, mine was okay, but they had put Mike Kuza, who is the vice president of community affairs. But the person in the picture with us was Mike McAuliffe, and he's the president, chairman, and CEO of Middlesex Bank. So I wanted to make sure people knew that this is who he was, and he presented us with that $15,000 check. It was great, great.
Good day, real good day.
Well, anyway, I hope that you're ready for warmer weather. I am going through my closet for summer clothes. And this is the time of year I get that urge to throw out the old and start with the new. Although I am a person who hangs on to the past. So I guess I should get someone to come over and clean out junk while I am out of town. Like I would let that happen. Anyway, let's look forward to some good times ahead. For some of us, playing in the dirt is a good time. Gardening and being outdoors is what we want to do right now. The Littleton Country gardeners are taking out their shovels and seeds and planning the annual plant sale. This is a special day when you can think about getting your garden ready or starting one on. And if you're interested, you may want to talk to someone about joining this group of experienced and not so experienced gardeners. Be at the Common when the gardeners hold the sale on May 11th, starting early at 8:30 and closing at 2:30 p.m. There will be perennials and annuals, Mother's Day gifts, and a selection of all kinds of native plants, and Larson Farms will give a will be giving out gift certificates. And you can purchase vegetables, herbs, fruits, and berries. This sale and other fundraisers support 13 civic sites and activities with seniors and students. More people digging in the dirt are the community gardeners, and we'll be looking at this important town program with Matt and Amy later, so stay with us for that.
Walk through the woods with the New England Forestry Foundation, or affectionately known as NEF, on Foster Street, right beside the fire station. Views are fantastic, and it's good to see that spring is in the air, and we're watching it happening right on these trails. So time to get some fresh air.
The COA and the Friends boards are waiting for town meeting and what will happen to the future of our seniors. If you are interested in supporting us, please attend town meeting and raise your hand in favor of a senior center. Our seniors are going to Acton and Westford for their program, so we'd like to kind of keep them here. I want to thank George Sanders for all of the times he has supported our seniors. George has gone well above and beyond attending selectmen's meetings, COA and Friends meetings, attending any town meetings, and if they had anything to do with seniors on the agenda. He's been standing on the Common with signs, wearing shirts with "Support Our Seniors" written on them, and everything is at his own expense. So George, I salute you. The library supporters will also be looking towards the town meeting and what will happen for their new library. This should be very interesting. You may want to either be in the audience or watch it later when it's on Littleton cable television. But in the meantime, we have some programs to look forward to this month. Crafts at the Council have sponsored a very fun contest called Hats Off to Littleton. If you watch the show each month, and I hope you do, you learn Sharon Corbin give us the details about this contest. Doors in town are decorated with crafty wreaths, and each wreath was photographed, and our police chief, deputy chief, fire chief, and deputy fire chief are the judges. You will see the winning wreaths on this show, and the prizes were outstanding. So get in your car and drive around checking doors and see the winners. And thank you to all who entered.
Acton Community Chorus invites you to enjoy a free concert featuring traditional and contemporary folk songs on Wednesday, April 10th, 2 p.m. in room 230. And we thank Beth Juris, a chorus member, for bringing them to Littleton. And Barbara, I have to tell you, the Acton Community Chorus that started in 1984, I was in their first chorus.
You were?
I was living in Boxborough at the time, the year before I moved to Littleton. And it was a lot of fun. We did a big Christmas concert down at the high school, and Paul Johnson was the choir master, and all these years now, 1984 till now.
Yeah.
And just as a point of perspective, I looked up the our other big chorus that we have locally, the Nashoba Valley Chorale. They started in 1976. So we have two really successful singing groups
Right.
at our disposal.
Well, one of the things that I would like to see in a new senior center is a music room.
Okay.
You know, for people who want to go in and start a chorus or start a singing group or play an instrument, I think it would be fun.
Well, we're going to get the senior center, so we'll get the music room as well.
Let's hope.
Now, another program you might want to attend is a visit with Albert Einstein, played by George Carpaccio. Impressionist George Carpaccio will teach us about the life and accomplishments of one of the greatest minds of all time. Join Albert Einstein on Thursday, April 25th, 1 p.m. in the Council on Aging, room 230, Shattuck Street building. Now, this is RSVP 978-540-2470. So do that as soon as you can. Now here's Evanthea Galakis, and she's going to give us a report on programs that are happening at Indian Hill.
Thanks, Bob. Well, music is the way to go, and we've got lots of it for you this month. It starts out with our Indian Hill Music School Performathon, 2 days of free concerts with our students and faculty, Friday, April 5th in the evening, and Saturday, April 6th all day. And we're raising money to benefit our Music School Scholarship Fund and outreach programs. So again, the Performathon, Friday, April 6th and 5th. Jazz at Indian Hill will present the Dave Fox Trio, and that will be Friday, April 12th, 7:30 p.m. over at Indian Hill. And we'll be featuring contemporary jazz masters from Chick Corea to Wayne Shorter. It's going to be a great concert. Again, Friday, April 12th, 7:30 p.m., the Dave Fox Trio. The Parker String Quartet joins us over at the Kaleidoscope Gallery on Saturday, April 13th, 8 o'clock p.m. And that concert will feature works by Debussy, Janacek, and Beethoven. The Box Lunch Concert Series continues on Thursday, April 18th with 2 shows, one at 11 and one at 1:30 p.m. And this time it will be Keyboard Music Through the Centuries with Tatiana Kolosova-Bersu and friends. The Indian Hill Music Discovery Lecture Series continues on Tuesday, April 23rd at noon. And this time it's going to be Traditional Roots Music in America with Bob Alessio. And you can bring your lunch to that one, April 23rd at noon. You can learn more at indianhillmusic.org or give us a call, 486-9524. And the Orchestra of Indian Hill will be having its spectacular finale on Saturday, April 27th, 7:30 p.m. over at Littleton High School. And this time it will be some show-stopping pieces, Bach's Brandenburg Concerto No. 6, Vivaldi's Concerto for 4 violins, and Elgar's famous Enigma Variations. So again, Orchestra of Indian Hill finale, Saturday, April 27th. And check out what's going on at our music school. You can take private lessons and classes now in the spring or in the summer. We hope to see you.
Always great programs. Thank you. Coming up, Sam Alvarez brings us up to date with library activities.
Thanks, Bob. And here's a sampling of what's coming up at the Reuben Hoare Library. On April 10th at 11:30 a.m., we are holding a teen brunch and a movie. There will be refreshments, and the film will be Solo, a Star Wars Story. On April 11th at 7 in the library, we're holding Rocketchusetts. in the Cooper Room. Christy Butler will be here to talk about his book, Rocketchusetts, an explorer's guide to amazing boulders of Massachusetts. Join us for the Classics Book Club every Saturday this month at 11 a.m. in the small meeting room. The book is The Portrait of a Lady by Henry James. The Adult Book Club will meet on Wednesday, April 17th at 7:30 in the small meeting room. The book is Caleb's Crossing by Geraldine Brooks. The Mystery Reading Group meets on Tuesday, April 23rd at 7 p.m. in the conference room. For the kids, we have a story time in the children's room every Wednesday at 11 a.m. and PJ story time with Mrs. Still at 7 on Wednesday, April 10th. On April 24th at 1:30, we'll have a movie matinee for kids. The film is Pokemon the Movie, The Power of Us. There'll be 2 informational meetings on the new library project this month. The first will be on Thursday, April 18th at 10 a.m. in the Cooper Room. The second will be Saturday, April 27th at 7 p.m. in room 103 of Town Hall. We'll present information on the project, where we are in the process, and our article at town meeting. We'll also present the new design for the library and ask you for input. We hope to see you there. Finally, I'd like to give a big thank you to the Fundraising Committee, all of our sponsors, and to everyone who donated and attended our library mini golf event in March. It helped us to raise over $18,000 towards our new library. Thank you so much. I'll see you next month.
It's spring. We can tell because the latest COA program, Pickleball, is starting on Friday, April 26th. It's free and open play. Anyone who has played can share how it's done with us newcomers. I understand it's good exercise and you play outside on the tennis court. So come on to Shattuck Street Court at 10 a.m. on the 26th if you need more information. And also call the town office, the COA office at 978-540-2470. The senior diner at the Shattuck Street building welcomes all seniors to come in and enjoy a lunch at the low, low price of $2. And it's a healthy one at that. Lunch is served from 12 to 1 p.m. with specials on Thursdays and Fridays. And on Thursday, there's a little raise in the price. It's $3. Menus are posted in the COA broadcaster. Now, rides are available by calling the Littleton COA office, and the rides are free to the diner. The diner is also the place for the Birthday of the Month celebration for those who want to share that special day with others. Invitations have been sent out for the April 3rd birthday party for those who are 83 and over. Celebrate with coffee and cake, music, and some games. Sue Raymond wants to add your name to her list, so call Sue at 978-540-2470 and make sure she has your address. On April 11th, the pizza luncheon for seniors, sponsored by the school department, will be held on, yes, April 11th at the high school. You must, and that's a must, get a ticket at the COA office on or after April 1st. No phone calls. Park behind the school and do not try to enter before 1 p.m. because school is in session and we do not want to interfere with classes. So do not come early, and some very nice young students will be at the door. Have your ticket.
Now we're going to talk about Bill Vale's computer class. They're ready for April, and the schedule is as follows. On April 4th, backing up data, different approaches. April 11th, more Google services, Google Docs and Forms. April 18th, sharing information on the internet. April 25th, telephone scams and internet phishing, and also call blocking systems. Now, these classes are every Thursday at 10:30 to 11:30. Sometimes they run a little bit longer. So meet Bill in COA, room 230, second floor, Shattuck Street.
Recently, I was invited to a Rotary meeting and to speak, and I wanted to thank them for everything they've been doing for the seniors. And believe me, we appreciate it so, so much. And how much do you know about the Rotary Club and the many contributions that they do make to so many projects around the world? Well, we're here to give you a little look at just some of the programs they have. And today, I want you to meet current president of the Littleton Rotary, Debbie Trumbull.
Fine, yeah.
And let's see what you have to say. And I
Thank
want to
you.
apologize today because my voice is going to come and go, but I'm still going to speak because that's my nature, and I'll let you do a lot of the talking. So tell us,
Okay.
first of all, you're president this year, right?
Excuse me, yep. Yes, I am. My president year runs July 1st to last day of June. So I have 3 months left in this year's presidency, and I've enjoyed it very much. Littleton Rotary Club next year will be 50 years old. Been around town for a long time, many, many years. We're a membership of about 30 people right now, and we always looking for new members. If you're a person who likes to help, who likes to do charity work, volunteer work at all, and if you've got some time on Wednesday mornings, we meet at 7:15 at the Monarch Cafe, and it's right off of Taylor Street.
Yes.
So please come and visit us. I'll buy you breakfast, and you come see what our club is about. It's really a fun, excuse me,
Fun group.
and
I
the end of
know,
a cold,
and-
my apologies. It's really a fun group of people. I can
Yeah, I
talk
know.
all day. You better tell me to be quiet. So
No, I agree with you. I enjoy going to visit, but I do have to say that you do meet pretty early in the morning.
It is pretty
Way
early.
early in the morning
Yeah.
for me. It's good for people who work, though, because they can go to the meeting and then go to work, and, so they've done both things. For me, I would have to come in my jammies, and I put on 3 hair pieces a day, so it'd take me a little while to get there.
3 hairpieces? I would never know that. Well, come on in. Pajamas are fine.
Okay, good. So next year, though, Cheryl
Right.
Cowley
Yes.
Hollinger is going to be president, right?
Yes, she set up this interview today, Cheryl. And that's okay. Cheryl will be, next time Cheryl will pop in.
Okay. Well, have you and she talked about any plans for next year that you want to do?
Well, can we back up a little bit, and then
Sure.
I can, if you don't mind, build to that. So every year we do the Appleman, the Nashoba Valley Appleman Triathlon.
Right.
And that's pretty common, so we'll be doing that again this year. That's July. Before then, we're putting together the Operation Delta Dog. It's a motorcycle ride, and it's through Operation Delta Dog. They train service dogs, and then they match them up with disabled vets.
Nice.
So it's about $20,000 to find, train, purchase one of those dogs, and then set them up and train them with the person, with the veteran. So it takes about a year or so, and it's about $20,000. So the Bedford Rotary Club, I met a good friend there, Debbie Malone. We became friends, and we're both presidents this year. And our 2 clubs went in on a Rotary grant together. So we came up with, I think so far, it's about $15,000. And, excuse me, the cold. $15,000, and Rotary matched part of that. And I'm hoping that with the, with the rest of, with some more funds from this motorcycle ride, and pay attention the date to follow. I don't have the date yet. Hopefully it'll be in the next few months here. I'm meeting with Littleton VFW tonight on Taylor Street. They asked, I approached them, and they love the idea. And so we're going to meet tonight and talk about how they can be involved.
Wonderful.
And I think Littleton Boy Scouts or Eagle Scouts, I think, I reached out to some people I know in that association, and they're interested to see if those the kids would like to help out as well.
Good. Good.
So that's 2 big up-and-coming things, pretty close, very exciting.
Yeah, well, of course, we know the triathlon is very popular.
Right.
And this sounds like a great program to do.
We're hoping to establish, the Appleman is our primary fundraising event of the year, and we're hoping to establish a second one. So a couple of ideas. One is the motorcycle ride. The second one that the club has gotten together recently and thrown around a bunch of ideas. One is they'd like to do semi-annually, this is the wording they used, is a gourmet wine tasting event. So I'm not sure where we would hold that, but it's really a fun group of people. They love to get together, and we all agree that socializing is one of our favorite things to do. In socializing, we come up with all kinds of ideas and poke fun at each other about who's going to help this time and all of that. And it's really, really a fun group. You know,
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
want to meet some more friends, you have a bazillion friends. But if you'd like to meet some more friends, some very interesting people in town. You don't have to be a business owner to join. There's many,
Right.
many people there. Some business owners, and you know.
Yeah. Well, I want to mention the fact that a few years ago, I received the Paul Harris Award.
Yes, you did. Yes, you
I
did.
wear my pin. I had done something, I guess, for it, and I appreciated that
Very
very much.
prestigious award. I have not earned one of those myself yet.
Oh.
But I'm relatively new to Rotary, about 4 years now, so.
Yeah, yeah. If I wasn't so involved in so many other things, I think Rotary would be my next choice.
See?
Because I do,
See, everyone? See? Come down, and we'll buy you breakfast. Come on down.
because I like what they do.
It is,
I like what they do.
it's-
And
yeah.
of course, the Valentine's Day lunch and the St. Patrick's Day
Yep,
lunch,
those are fun, right?
we benefited from the Rotary, and that
Right.
was wonderful. We were going to charge people for their lunch at the St. Patrick's Day, and the
Right.
Rotary paid for their lunch, and
Right, Rotary said,
everyone
"No,
was
no, no, no."
appreciative.
Right, right.
They were really happy that you did
Excuse
that.
me.
So I hope they thank you when they see you
Absolutely.
around.
Well, thank you for that.
Let's
Did you know that there are over 35,000 Rotary clubs around the world? It's a global event. It's more than a
Organization.
club. Thank you. It's a blonde thing. It's a global organization, and pretty much wiped polio off the map altogether. There's still a few isolated places. Afghanistan is one I know of. Just a few, just a handful, less than a, just a few places left. The next big project after polio is drinking water, because so much of the world does not have access to clean drinking water. What we take for granted, it's just amazing how easy you just turn on the faucet, there it is. But
Right.
there are some countries, major cities, where they don't have running water every day.
Right.
It's once in a while, they turn it on. If it comes out, it's dark brown, they let it run, and then other days it doesn't run at all. And it's incredible what we have here.
Well,
Everyone, I think, knows that.
I think we could spend the whole day listing what they do.
Oh, it's amazing.
But before, I just remembered something while you were
I
talking
get all
about.
excited. I could talk all day. Go ahead. I'll try to stop. Let you talk. It's your show.
Well, they were. You were talking about it being all over the world. I was thinking, that's true, and I think that if you're in another country or you're in another state or city, you can visit a Rotary Club.
We have exchange programs.
Right.
So and I never say it right. Of course, Paul Avella will tease me next time he sees me for saying it wrong. The Brandy Hefner, that's not right. Brandy Heffler. Bandy Heffler. I'm sorry, Paul. He's going to go, Debbie, and wave his finger at me. But anyway, what that means is Bandy Heffler are two people, one from here in Littleton and one from England. And they got together, they met at Rotary and said, why don't we swap? So what happens is people from England, Great Britain, they come over here and stay with us at Rotary
Right.
and different members' houses, and they don't spend any money, just get here.
Yeah.
So Littleton Rotary feeds them and takes them around to see all the sites, and then in turn, the people here that host them get to go over there and do the same thing.
Yeah.
So it's a trade like that. It's pretty interesting,
Yeah, I think that's great.
Is-
all,
and-
all organizations should.
You should do that. There's an international convention. I went to my first one last year. It was in Toronto. I'd never been to Toronto before. Beautiful city, very beautiful. The people, I don't remember what the number, how many tens of thousands of people from all around the world came. It was
nice.
amazing. Laura Bush was one of the guest speakers. What a treat. I had never seen her in person.
Yeah.
And it was all about Rotary and what we do, what Rotary does around the world.
Right.
And did you know that Rotary, I'm pretty sure I got this right, is Bill Gates' #1 favorite charity that he gives to. And I'm pretty sure it's about $1 billion a year, if I
Wow.
have that right.
Wonderful.
I hope I have that right in the facts, I'm sorry. What I've been told, what he likes about Rotary is that we come up with the ideas and we come up with the funding, and we are the boots on the ground. So it's very all-encompassing.
That's wonderful.
So we ask for money to do more of what it is that we do, but we're our own volunteers and such. So I guess whoever Bill is, have never met the man, but he gets a big kick out of us and loves to donate to Rotary, and we appreciate that every year.
That's wonderful. Well, I'm going to cut this short.
Because I can keep going. It's very interesting. We're trying to get some more young people in Littleton to come into our group. Young people that have been to RYLA, Rotary Youth Leadership Association, and we sponsor 8 to 10 kids every year. And I think it's about, is it $700 or $800 per child? They're going to kill me when I get all of my numbers wrong, but anyway, I'm sorry, a student, not child, a student. So Littleton and the surrounding areas, and then those kids, they'll come back and they get all excited about what they've learned about leadership and all of that. So we invite any Ryland participants from years prior.
Yeah.
If you'd like to come join our group, boy, what a treat that would be. We'd love to have them.
Yeah, you should. We are looking for young people for just about everything now.
Yes, come in, you'll have fun.
But if anyone out there wants to know more about the Rotary and probably find out the corrections that Debbie will want them to find out.
I know, I get the details wrong, but I get all excited about talking about it, though.
So,
if Cheryl was sitting here with us, she would go, Debbie, that isn't true, and she'd tell you the right numbers. Right?
well, she's not here, and you're
My
doing
pal,
a good
she's my
job.
pal. Thank you,
And
thank you.
all they need to do, though, is you have a website that they can go to find out.
Yes.
Do you have it up? Do you have the right one?
Just Google. What do the kids ask the Google? That's what my mom says. Ask the Google. Littleton Rotary Club. Make sure you put in Littleton, Mass.
Right.
Because if you just type in Littleton Rotary, it'll come up with Colorado, and you won't know
New
who
Hampshire,
those
Colorado,
people are.
any
Right,
place.
right. So Littleton Mass Rotary, and that'll be our. You'll come up to our homepage, and then it lists all of the. Who's on the board, and a lot of names people would recognize from town. And
Yeah, sure.
Gino's on there. Oh yeah,
Right.
everyone knows Gino, right? So
Well, anyway, just go to the website and find out all about the Rotary and what they do, and
come to a meeting.
Go
Come
to a meeting and find out about everything. But meet Debbie and meet Cheryl and go for coffee some Wednesday morning when they have a meeting. But you'll find that all out on the website.
That's right. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you for
You're
coming.
a treat as always. Thank you.
Enjoyed it. It's time to dish the dirt about the Community Farm project. Meet my guests today, Matt Kotfila, Littleton's Community Farm manager, and Amy Tarlow-Lewis, founder and development volunteer of the farm. So, Amy, what made you decide to start a community farm?
Yeah, so back in 2012, there was a piece of property in Littleton that I had a lot of concerns about. It was prime agricultural soil and what the future might be for it. And I kind of thought, if we could do something with this piece of land in town, what could we do? And I thought it would be really great to start a community farm, because I'd heard about these sort of mythical places like Landsake down in Weston, Mass, which was started back in the 70s. And I thought, this town believes so much in agriculture, and we have so many great, wonderful family-owned farms. It would be such a great addition to have a community piece where the community could come and learn and get involved directly in farming. And that's sort of where the idea came from. And I kind of thought about it for a long time, and then I had talked to some people in town, and they said, well, you should have a meeting over at the library. So I did, and I spread the word about my idea, and about 18 people showed up at the library in one September day, and I said, this is my idea, and I'd like to move forward with it, and everyone thought it was a great idea, and we just started moving from there.
So you did have a lot of people interested when you started.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, there was a lot of enthusiasm for it.
I bet it's grown since then.
It has. So when we first started, we were just a small group of people with a lot of ideas and passion and excitement. And from there, I worked closely with Rick Finley, who helped me work closely with New England Forestry Foundation to secure a lease for about 2.3 acres of land. And then I had worked with another small group of people who really encouraged me to start filing for our 501c3 application, which is a pretty lengthy process. At the time, it was like a 32-page, very complicated document to file.
But you did it.
And we did it with some help, absolutely. And
This is determination.
yeah, and then even though we didn't have our 501c3 so people could get the tax benefit from their donation, we did start to fundraise, and literally I sat around the meeting and I was like, we need money, and people just literally opened their wallets up, handed me money, and I went to the bank and opened an account with our treasurer, who the initial treasurer at the town was a good friend of mine, Jenna Brownson, and she helped me get a P.O. box so we'd have a mailing address, and we filed our articles of incorporation, and we just sort of moved through all those pieces and got our bylaws written. And we saved money and fundraised for about 2 years, and then we felt like, we were ready, and we had Rick Finley and some other people open up the fields and dig out all the big rocks, and then we had, what do you call it, the plants
Cover crop?
Cover crop, thank you. Cover crop put down for the season, and lime spread, and we hired our first farmer, Sarah, and we just started selling CSAs, and we didn't know if anyone would buy any CSAs. We had no one had ever farmed on this piece of land ever intensively as we are. So we honestly didn't even know if the land would produce anything. So it was a little bit of a wing and a prayer, and we asked people to give their money and their donations to us on an idea and a passion, and people did.
That the land you weren't sure of, I'm surprised, since Littleton is such a farm community. You would think that every property is ready for farming.
Yeah.
But I'm like thinking of being in your place, and you had to be so excited that your dream for helping or for doing this was coming true so well.
Yeah, no, it did. And I always tell people, people said, oh, you have fundraising experience, you have farming experience, and I have no farming experience, no gardening experience. My husband actually asked me not to touch his plants at our house because I just am not very good at that. But I just worked hard, and I asked a lot of questions, and I really relied on a lot of the other community farms in the area for support. And what I was smart about was knowing what I didn't know and trying to partner with someone who could kind of fill in that missing piece and would sort of give that gift to us.
Wow.
And that's really how the community kind of helped pull it all together.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of people.
Well, you certainly all are busy planting and packaging and growing all these veggies. But I happen to know that you do give a lot away, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Matt, you and Christine donated how many 1,000 pounds of food last year?
About 6,000 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. So you've been hired to look over the farm.
Yeah. I'm going to be the farm manager this year.
Good.
Yep. I started in February.
Were you always interested in farming? I mean, what got you into that particular place?
I have really fond memories of starting seeds in a big turkey pot with my grandfather growing up, and he always used to save tomato seeds and grow tomatoes and rhubarb and different things in his garden. And so we started some seeds in some pots and covered it with saran wrap to create a little cold frame greenhouse. And I just remember I think that's when I fell in love with farming and gardening. Yeah.
Grandpas are good for that.
They are.
I know my grandfather always had a garden, and right now I can see him out there working with his tomatoes and
Right.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He loved it.
It's fun to dig in the dirt.
I love it.
Yeah.
It is. It is.
I like to get dirty.
Good.
As a kid, my mother wouldn't let me. So when I grew up, I made sure I was in the dirt all the time.
Yeah.
Not as good as what you all do, but at least once in a while I have something. And after this show, I want to talk to you about what's happened to tomatoes and spinach. I don't understand the hard centers. I'm Italian. We made, well, it looks like I'm asking you now instead of after the show, but we make tomato salad. And it's always got to be juicy tomatoes and, garlic and oil and vinegar. That's it. And you take your bread, what I call it is spoons it in the juice. And it's so good. But I can't do it with the tomatoes lately because the centers are hard. Why are, I wonder why they're doing that. And I can't buy real spinach. I have to buy baby spinach. So I guess I'm going to have to grow my own this
There
year.
you go. Yeah.
I think I will. See if I work it well, I'll let you know.
Yeah. Good.
So I know Matt said we had donated 6,000 pounds of food last year, but we're going into our 5th year of farming, but to date we've donated 14,000 pounds of food to the area food bank. So we donate to Loaves and Fishes, we donate to the Merrimack Food Bank up in Lowell, we donate to Catholic Charities. We always have the Boston area gleaners come in, so they come in with their volunteers and they glean the rest of the food off the field, particularly at the end of the season, particularly like kale, and they come in through, because there's only so much that kale a person can eat. So that food then gets brought into the city, and then Boston Area Gleaners donates it to about 34, 32 food banks in the city, so we get our food into the urban areas. And then Rotary, who's always been super generous, has always bought a couple of shares, which then get donated to the senior lunch program with the Counseling on Aging. So
Good.
it's a really great program because I know a lot of seniors come for lunch there, so we make sure they get good local clean food.
Right.
And we also donate, what we have is a CSA donation program. So this year we're selling 126 shares, but 14 of those are going to be made available to local families. So last year we had 11 shares donated to families in need. So we work with, again, Elder Human Services who help identify families, recipients in need.
good, yes.
Yep. And so once they're identified, they just come to the farm on their pickup day like anybody else and pick up their share. We also have some volunteers who drive the shares to isolated elderly residents who have trouble leaving their home or just can't physically get up to the farm. So we are looking to sell 14 donation shares to area seniors, couples, families with children. So
Yeah,
we're
that's
encouraging
good.
people to purchase those
So-
CSAs.
We have to remember that you're looking for these people.
Yes.
And,
if you're looking, you should contact the Council on Aging because they facilitate that.
Okay.
So
So you have classes. Do you help with those, Matt? Do you?
A little bit. There's just so much work that goes into the field operations.
Sure.
That I'm going to try my best to stay out of the education piece.
Okay.
I definitely want to be involved, but there's just more than enough work to do on the field. So we have Ronit, who is in charge of the education piece, board member, and she's done amazing work over the years.
Good.
And so we have some
And I think
great.
it's great that there's education there
Yeah.
too, because so many of us would like to maybe help and feel that we don't know enough or something, or want to do something at home too. After we leave your fields.
Right.
yeah, the farm has really run really great programs for everybody. So we've run cooking classes. We do it at the Congregational Church.
Nice.
We have I think it's weekly or bi-weekly story time on the farm over the summer.
Really?
For kids.
What is that?
So a volunteer comes and we set up a little tent in the grass and all the little kids come and we read books about farming and stories to the kids on the farm. And we also run sort of other types of classes that are a little bit unusual. So we had a forest bathing class where a woman took people through the woods and encouraged them to really just kind of be calm and centered and focused and kind of just listen to the wind and the animals, and just it's very kind of a meditative kind of
Nice.
thing.
You've grown.
We've done canning. Christine Nordhaus, who's really wonderful, has done some really great canning classes out of her kitchen, learning how to can tomatoes and stuff like that.
Did you
So-
ever think, when the day you said, wouldn't this be nice, that it would get this big?
Yeah, it was kind of a wing and a prayer. I was like, I hope this works. So
guess
we're
what?
still
It
here.
did.
It's still here. So
Excellent. So, do you have some farming plans for the year?
Yeah, what are you
The
gonna be
summer?
growing, Matt?
Like, for instance, when is the best time to put the plants in?
Well, there's a lot of cold-friendly crops like everything in the cabbage family, kale, cabbage, kohlrabi, that can go in early in the spring and can handle some cold weather. But stuff like tomatoes and eggplant and peppers, you really need to wait until late May, early June to put those in the ground, or it'll still be too cold
have
for
to
their
wait.
roots. Yeah. So we're going to be growing a little bit of everything this year. Hopefully pretty soon I'll be able to start putting some peas in the ground. I have onions started. Just last weekend we started, or a couple weekends ago, started a lot of our plants for the seedling sale that we're going to be doing.
Oh.
So we do a lot of tomatoes for that, and different types of hot and sweet peppers. We're doing a lot of Swiss chard, a couple different types. And some herbs as well, some thyme, oregano, and sage. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
and the
so-
seedling sale is going to be May 3rd between 3 and 6 p.m. And
Yeah,
it's
this
either
is-
going to be down at the fire station or up at the farm.
Yep.
So we
Good,
hope.
I was going to ask you that because, people are going to want to know, especially if they're, I'm with the Littleton Country Gardeners, so they're going to be looking for you and all to
Yeah,
do.
and I think they did it last year. I don't know if you guys are going to do it this year, but a pre-sale, so you can order your plants ahead of time, and then you just have to come pick them up.
Oh.
So you get them locked in and saved to the side for you. So we should be doing that again.
Okay, good.
So yeah.
So what do you think? Is there something, well, you have a website.
Yeah, we have a website. So it's just littletoncommunityfarm.org, and we have a Facebook page as well, and we're doing a little bit of Instagram. We are having a big fundraising event. It's going to be called Empty Bowls. It's going to be held on April 13th from 7 to 9 p.m., and the location is going to be Orange Door Kitchen, West Acton. We are having Patricia Stern, who's the executive director at Loaves and Fishes, who we also donate to, come and talk about food insecurity in this area. We are having area potters come over there. Not they're coming, but they're making handmade soup bowls for us. So we have a
Nice.
couple different artists who are doing that. Emerson Umbrella is going to be one of our biggest suppliers of the bowls,
Nice.
which is going to be really fantastic.
Yeah.
And so there'll be handmade bowls for people to take home with them as a reminder of hunger in our area. And it should be like a really nice night. So you can buy the tickets on the Littleton Community Farm website. And we are also having on the 30th of this month from 2 to 4 at the Reuben Hoare Library a volunteer gathering. So the farm, although we have Matt, who's our paid professional farmer, we really rely on volunteers. So we have on-farm jobs such as work traders, and we have people who come and drop in on the farm and just kind of work
I wonder,
those open
I wonder
hours.
about tours.
Oh, tours of the farm?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I look forward to doing many tours. this
He can do
season.
tours on the farm?
Yeah.
I wondered
Yeah.
because, right now I'm thinking that's what I would like, because I'd like to see what you're doing and what it looks like and steal some ideas.
I think that's a great idea.
Do you want to tell her about the work trade program that you run?
Yeah, so we do, we look for work traders every season that we look for a 5-hour-a-week commitment in exchange for a full CSA share. And it's 5 hours a week during the CSA season, so about the second week in June through about mid-October. And it's a great way for people to give back to their community and get back a little something in return as well, and taste the fruits of their labor.
Absolutely. And we also have off-farm jobs. So we have this wonderful seed lending library that maybe you've seen at the library, so people can check seeds out and take them home and grow them and save them. We have a great group of volunteers who work on that. And yes, the volunteer gathering is going to be on March 30th. That's the right date, thank you.
Then it was already.
Yep, that was the date. And we also have the need for marketing people, copyright editors. We need new board members because a board member, their term is for 3 years, so people are always cycling in and out.
Good.
So we are always in need of smart, strategic people that have business acumen or
Can they
passion.
stay and do something else if they are on for 3 years and have to get off after that?
Yeah, no, the term is for 3 years, and you can stay or you can ask to continue on. So we're not. We want people to enjoy. We want people to enjoy the experience.
Yeah.
So, but it is very much a working board, and we have a lot of fun at the farm. So there's something for anyone, any ability, any skill, any interest to kind of do. So farming is a really entrepreneurial activity.
Well, good.
So
A lot of teens should come and learn all this stuff too.
yeah.
But thank you so much for both
You're
of
very
you being
welcome.
here.
Thank you, Barbara.
I appreciate all that good information, and I'm so pleased that everything worked out from the beginning.
Yeah, but there's been a lot of people involved. It was an idea that of so many people have helped support this effort over the years. So.
And they will
Yeah.
continue,
They will.
and I'm sure more will come, because it's a very good thing that you do.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you for having us.
well, good. We'll have you back again.
Wonderful. We
Look
will.
forward to it.
Thank you again. Watch the LCTV scroll to see dates and times of the Council on Aging programs you might be interested in. Also, other activities in town. We know you would like to know about them. And most of all, don't forget to hug a senior. And please support our seniors.